Hello guys! Aqui é a Tayana, da Online Impulse, e na aula de hoje nós vamos falar sobre Past Perfect. E antes que você se apavore e saia correndo, entenda que o Past Perfect é muito mais simples do que ele parece. A gente usa o Past Perfect para falar de mais de uma ação no passado. A mais antiga, nós usaremos a conjugação pelo Past Perfect, enquanto a mais recente, nós usaremos a conjugação do Simple Past. So, I want you guys to understand that on today's class at 8:30 p.m., we will learn about Past Perfect. Ficou perdido nas expressões de tempo dessa última frase? Então tem gente que não está assistindo os nossos vídeos aqui do YouTube. A nossa última aula aqui foi sobre Prepositions of Time, onde falamos sobre várias delas. E se você ainda não assistiu, corre lá rapidinho que eu te espero bem aqui. Não se esqueça de se inscrever no nosso canal e também de ativar o sininho para receber uma notificação toda vez que tivermos conteúdo novo para você. Não se esqueça também de deixar o seu like, porque isso incentiva demais a gente a continuar produzindo cada vez mais conteúdo de qualidade para vocês. Now, shall we start this class? On today's class, we will talk about the past perfect tense. And what is the past perfect tense used for? Well, it is used when we are referring to more than one action in the past. The first action that happened in the chronological order is conjugated using the past perfect. And the second one is conjugated using the simple past. To put all of this study into a context, we will talk about the Spider-Man story. I think we all know that Uncle Ben passed away and then Peter Parker turned it into the Spider-Man, correct? So, the first action could have happened or not. If the first action had not happened, the sentence will be in the negative. For example, Uncle Ben hadn't died before he became Spider-Man, which means Uncle Ben is still alive in the moment that Peter Parker transformed into the Spider-Man. Is Uncle Ben alive in the present in this case? It's not clear. Maybe he died in a third action, still in the past, still before the present moment. But if you want to ask something, the auxiliary verb had comes before the subject. For example, had Uncle Ben died before Peter Parker became the Spider-Man? You can also invert the order of the sentence, as in, before he became Spider-Man, had Uncle Ben died? The regular structure for the use of the past perfect is, we start with the subject, then we add the auxiliary verb had, which is have in the past. Then we follow with the verb in the past participle, and then the complement. This is all for the first sentence. Then we use a comma to start the second one. That goes by the order subject, the simple past, and the complement. The simple past and the past participle are two conjugations in the past. And there are two types of verbs, the regular and the irregular verbs. Well, the regular verbs are the same in the past and in the past participle, simple past and past participle. The conjugation of regular verbs is pretty simple. You normally just include ed in the end of the verbs. But there are some different situations. For example, if the verb already ends in the letter E, you only include the letter D. If the verb ends in a vowel and then a consonant, the consonant usually is double before the ed. Also, if the verb ends in the consonant ny, you are going to take off the y and add ied. Or, if the word ends in a vowel and then y, you just add the ed. The irregular verbs are different from the regular ones. Their conjugation can still the same or change. So it's better if you consult a table of conjugations online or using a book. Let's practice a little bit. Vamos praticar um pouquinho. Eu vou ler a frase e deixar espaços em branco para que você complete com a forma mais adequada entre as duas opções que eu vou aplicar aqui, ok? So, I am going to read a few sentences and leave blanks so you can choose the appropriate answer between two of the options I'm going to give to you. Okay, let's start. First sentence is, the guests before I home. The options are had left and got, or left and had gotten. The answer is the first one, had left and got. The guests had left before I got home. Number 2, I to America after I a visa. The options are had traveled and got, or traveled and had gotten. The correct one is the second option. I traveled to America after I had gotten a visa. Third activity. John, chapter 1, before he, chapter 2. The options are studied and had studied, or had studied and studied. The correct is the second one. John had studied chapter 1 before he studied chapter 2. Last activity. I a little better after I the medicine. The two options are felt and had taken, or had felt and took. The correct is the first one. I felt a little better after I had taken the medicine. Felt and had taken. Ok, então se agora eu falar I had studied hard before I became a teacher, vocês já conseguem entender tudo que eu tô falando, não é? Afinal, na aula de hoje, nós aprendemos sobre o past perfect, quando usá-lo, a estrutura e como acompanhar ele como simple past, não foi? E aí, gostou da aula de hoje? Então não se esqueça de se inscrever no nosso canal e também de ativar o sininho para receber uma notificação toda vez que tivermos conteúdo novo para você. Não se esqueça também de deixar o seu like, porque isso é de extrema importância para que possamos trazer cada vez mais conteúdo de qualidade para você. Na descrição do vídeo você encontra as nossas redes sociais e pelo Telegram você consegue o material da aula de hoje. Bom, por hoje é isso, pessoal. Eu sou a Tayana, da Online Impulse, e eu te vejo na próxima!